The Nightbeat starts right now.
A man and woman found dead inside their Northside home this afternoon, sending shockwaves through their neighborhood. San Antonio police still unclear about the details surrounding those deaths.
The night team's Daphne Gray with how neighbors were caught by surprise.
So it appears that a caller stated that they hadn't seen either seen or heard from either couple in about 2 to 3 days.
It was that request for a welfare check that resulted in a haunting discovery here in the 2000 block of Chinham Trail Drive. Neighbors watching it all unfold.
He went in through the back door, and next thing I know, all the police were out on the street.
San Antonio police say inside this home, a man and woman between the ages of 40 and 50 years old, dead from an apparent gunshot wound. They're unsure how long the two have been dead.
At this point in time, it's still too early to tell if this was anything has to do with domestic. The homicide unit is still investigating that.
Angela Travis lives next door. Like her neighbors, she was caught off guard by the tragedy.
It's very unexpected. It's always quiet around here, and everybody knows everybody, and it's just shocking. We're just all out here and we're very surprised.
She says the couple did stay to themselves, but they were kind whenever she crossed paths with them.
They were quiet, but I could tell that they went to work every day. We would leave at the same time, just a working couple coming, like everybody else.
While police investigate, Travis says the neighborhood is praying for the family of the couple.
It just became very real that you just never know.
At this time, San Antonio police say that they are unsure exactly what kind of details this is. They also said that this case is an isolated incident. They're not looking for any suspects. But on that same token, again, they said there is unclear if this was a murder-suicide or domestic violence related. Again, a lot of unanswered questions tonight, but we'll be sure to bring you those details as soon as they become available online at KSAT.com. Live at Public Safety Headquarters, Daphne Gray, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Daphne. New tonight, flames ripping through a roof, a firefighter injured. Firefighters called out to a Southside home on Britton Avenue. That's actually not too far from I-35 and Division. Firefighters say the fire appears to have started in a kitchen before spreading to the attic. No one appeared to be home at the time. We're told a firefighter on scene hurt and taken to the hospital. The extent of those injuries remain unclear at this hour. The Red Cross is helping the homeowner find a place to stay for the night.
It's been the target of arsonists, code violations, and raids by the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Now the part owner of Jasper Mobile Home Park is suing the Sheriff's Office. In the lawsuit, John Ripley says his civil rights were violated, along with his First Amendment rights of freedom of speech. Ripley says he was targeted after criticizing the sheriff's efforts to clean up the troubled property located just off of Walsham Road. Years later, no one lives at the mobile home park anymore. Today's lawsuit comes after Ripley was arrested last May.
6 or 7 deputies, one of them at the back had a gun drawn, and they arrested me. I was in my underwear. I finally convinced them to allow me to put my pants on, and then they took me downtown here.
Sheriff's investigators say Ripley was responsible for diverting more than $9,000 in water by removing a water meter and installing illegal pipes. But a lawsuit filed in federal court today points out that such a scheme offered no economic gain for Ripley, whose misdemeanor charge of criminal mischief was dismissed by prosecutors back in September. Sheriff Javier Salazar today declined comment on this lawsuit.
More arrivals at the Freeman Coliseum's Expo Hall. More than 1,300 unaccompanied migrant teen boys are now being cared for at the emergency intake shelter. It's one of several facilities in place following the continued crossings of children at the southern border. Congressman Henry Cuellar and Congressman Tony Gonzalez planning to tour that facility. We'll let you know when that happens. And still no update on Joint Base San Antonio's intake shelter. City Manager Eric Walsh expected 200 unaccompanied children to be housed there this week. The children will instead be placed in a vacant dormitory on base. They will be placed on a vacant dormitory on base and under the care of Health and Human Services when they arrive.
New on the Nightbeat, words matter. Changing words in the San Antonio City Charter could have an impact on housing options and other public projects. In May, San Antonio will be voting on Prop A, which pertains to broadening the scope of future bond projects. In our just released Fairfax KSAT San Antonio report poll, results show 56% of those polled were leaning towards a yes vote on Proposition A, with 27% leaning towards no. The Night Team's Patty Santos tells us what Prop A does.
The city of San Antonio wants more flexibility in how it uses future bond money. Municipal law attorney Frank Garza explains right now the city can only ask voters to approve bonds to fix streets and make other capital improvements.
But it's limiting. You can't use it for affordable housing projects.
Something the city wants to do. Prop A asks voters to approve a charter change so it can issue bonds for public improvements or any other public purpose allowed by the Texas Constitution.
The chartered language simply gives the council more flexibility as to what to issue bonds for. The check and balance is always going to be the voters. The voters can say yes or no.
Brooks Development Authority's Board of Directors supports Prop A because of the focus on creating affordable housing.
It really just puts another tool in the toolbox. It does not transfer any additional authority than currently exists today.
But Councilman Clayton Perry is against it.
We'll have to be giving up something to do what that requires.
He says it will drain much needed tax dollars from fixing roads and other city facilities to fund whatever future pet projects City Council wants.
Yes, everybody would love to have affordable housing here in San Antonio, but they don't realize that it's coming out of their tax dollars that should be going for other things like good streets, good drainage, and all of those infrastructure related items.
And Councilman Perry says there's already federal dollars available for cities to fund affordable housing projects. To read more about Proposition A, head to KSAT.com. Steve, EC's.
Thank you, Patty. Let's talk about another proposition on the ballot. This one aimed at police reform. Prop B would repeal the San Antonio Police Officer Union's ability to collectively bargain for a contract. The latest Fairfax KSAT San Antonio report poll shows a tight race. 34% of survey participants showed interest in passing the proposition. 39% indicated they were likely to vote against it, but there are still more than a quarter of the participants who are undecided, meaning this race is fluid and wide open. By the way, on Thursday, you'll hear from the different sides of this issue. The Fairfax KSAT San Antonio Report Partnership will host a live stream debate on the proposition. The San Antonio Police Union, Fix SAPD, and the city attorney invited to discuss the impacts and what people are voting on when they vote on Prop B. I'll be moderating the debate along with Iris Dimmick from the San Antonio Report. You can watch the live stream on KSAT.com Thursday at 7. Head to our website right now to find out more ways you can watch.
Well, what are your expectations of the San Antonio Police Department? For those in District 2, your chance to weigh in is coming up during a virtual community discussion. It'll be taking place Thursday at 6 p.m. We have a link on KSAT.com as well as a full schedule of discussions. City officials say the input gathered from these meetings will be used in the development of recommendations to the Public Safety Committee and the City Council. Meantime, let's take a look at the coronavirus cases here in Bexar County. 223 new cases were confirmed, along with 2 deaths today. There was a slight increase in our hospitals since yesterday. 189 COVID-19 patients are in the hospital. 76 are in the ICU, and 29 are on ventilators. When it comes to variants of the virus, Metro Health is reporting a total of 6 cases of the COVID-19 UK variant identified here in Bexar County. This type of mutation described as being easier to spread. The nonprofit Community Labs also helping to identify variants. They say their tests can also track the Brazilian variant and the South African variant as well. Sal Weber, the president of Community Labs, warns against complacency.
Without masks, and people maybe are kind of starting to let their guard down, and we're seeing more infections.
Weber says they've already seen an increase from one school district that had 12 positive cases last week to nearly 60 this week.
And meanwhile, President Joe Biden announcing the vast majority of U.S. adults will have had their first dose of vaccine by the end of May. And while all adults are eligible for vaccines in Texas, Biden says all states will need to make that adjustment in less than 2 weeks.
That means by no later than April 19th, in every part of this country, every adult over the age of 18 or older will be eligible to be vaccinated.
The president also said the number of pharmacies participating in the federal pharmacy vaccination program was increasing. It's currently at about 17,000 locations. It will go up to 40,000.
Still ahead on the Nightbeat, day 7 in the Derek Chauvin trial. Today, both the defense and prosecution questioned a training coordinator with the Minneapolis Police Department. What that trainer told the jury.
And more wrongful death lawsuits filed against CPS Energy. What 2 more San Antonio families are detailing and what our Bare Facts poll is saying about the job the utility is doing. Coming up.
Plus, a meeting at a dumpster ends in a shooting. San Antonio police say the suspect left the scene. Why they're confident they'll make an arrest in this case. Coming up next. New on the Nightbeat, one man shot in the back. Police confident an arrest will be made in the case. Officers were called out to a parking lot of an apartment complex near Mid-Crown and Walsham Road. Investigators say a group of men met up near a dumpster before one man was shot in the back. Police say the shooter took off, but at least one witness knew the gunman in the case. Officers are also hoping to speak with the victim at the hospital.
The lawsuits continue to pile up. 2 more San Antonio families filing wrongful death lawsuits against CPS Energy. That brings the total to 6 lawsuits filed against the utility since the winter storm back in February. The lawsuits claim CPS Energy contributed to the deaths of their loved ones. In the most recent filings, one family said power outages impacted dialysis treatments. Another family said their electric-powered oxygen equipment stopped working during the outages. Today, a CPS Energy spokesman said the utility does not comment on active litigation. In our Bare Facts KSAT San Antonio report poll that was released today, we asked participants if they approve of the job CPS Energy is doing. About 49% said they disapproved of the utility's efforts, and about 46% said they approved, with the remainder saying they were unsure. That is way down from the poll's numbers before the massive power outages. And by the way, tomorrow night, the defenders take a look at CPS Energy and the massive energy bill it racked up during the deadly winter storm. While the utility points fingers at ERCOT and natural gas suppliers, some experts say otherwise. That defenders report airs tomorrow on the Nightbeat at 10.
Well, use of force put back under the microscope during day 7 in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Today, the police department's use of force training coordinator testifying Chauvin's knee on George Floyd's neck was not a trained restrained technique.
Using body weight to control. However, I will add that we tell officers to stay away from the neck when possible, and if you're going to use body weight to pin, to put it on their shoulder and be mindful of position.
But the defense today focusing on the risk to police officers in certain situations.
In your experience, after a person has been rendered unconscious using a neck restraint, is it possible for them to continue to fight after they come back to consciousness?
It is possible, yes.
Meanwhile, the defense hopes Maurice Hall, the man who was in the car with George Floyd that day, will testify in the case. Hall's lawyer argued that he shouldn't have to because the criminal charges that could arise from his testimony and because drugs were found in the car he and Floyd were riding in.
You know, April, October, my favorite months because it's not too hot, it's not too cool.
Right, yes.
April's letting me down.
I was going to say until.
Yeah, April's letting me down.
Well, Steve, we had a milestone today here in San Antonio. Our first 90-degree day of the year and the first 90-degree day since October 22nd. The average high is 79, and we're going to be well above that and even in record challenging territory in the days ahead. You look elsewhere across South Texas, we made it to 96 in Cotulla. Carrizo Springs as warm as 95. Pleasanton topped out at at 91 and Hondo 92. So we're going to get to the heat that's going to be coming. We'll talk details in a minute. But first, we have to touch on this. The highest oak pollen count so far this season today, with the count of over 15,000. Very high. You can see it outside. You can feel it outside. That number just quantifies it for us and gives us a definitive answer to how high the pollen is. Take a look at this picture here. This is from San Antonio, and this is what a lot of us are dealing with. Those are the catkins, or what some people call the little dingly things that hang down from the oak trees. They fall this time of year, they get blown around, and of course they make a mess outside. So we're dealing with it. We are in full swing. Because of the deep freeze that we had in February, our oak season actually got delayed a few weeks. Usually it peaks late March and then a little bit into early April. We're just seeing it basically peak right now. So we are in full swing. Temperatures right now. Let's talk about the heat that's on the way. 79 Abilene, 86 still in Del Rio, 76 Midland, 78 Laredo, 80 Cotulla, 81 Carrizo Springs. Those are the warmer locations. Hill Country, get up into beautiful Fredericksburg at 71 degrees and Kerrville at 72. And tomorrow morning, widespread mid to upper 60s, so relatively warm for this time of year. The average low temperature is 59. We're going to be above that. By the afternoon, I think we get into the low 90s, even here in San Antonio. You get farther to the west along the Rio Grande, Del Rio 95, Eagle Pass 94, 96 Carrizo Springs, and even Laredo challenging the century mark there. But as we go through the next couple of days later in the week, these lower 90s that you see tomorrow are going to be climbing a bit more, and we're going to be in the mid 90s widespread on Thursday. Friday, mid upper 90s. It wouldn't even shock me if we briefly hit 100 in parts of Bexar County on Friday afternoon. It's definitely a possibility. The record high for the day is 98 degrees, so record challenging heat by Friday. Bottom line, dress as if it's summer the rest of the week. And then temperatures drop a little bit into Saturday. Just get put in check into the mid 80s. Still dealing with the breeze outside. You definitely notice that. If you went out for a walk or just stepped to take the trash out, you notice the wind gusting up to 32 miles per hour here in town. And it's going to remain breezy for most of the night tonight. But where we have the wind shift in West Texas, that's the old Texas dry line, and the very dry air behind it is actually going to work its way eastward tomorrow, and it's going to pay us a visit. This dry line is going to come and go the next couple of days. So dew points right now in the 60s, and as we start the day tomorrow, it's going to be humid, very muggy and sticky to start the day. Once we get into the afternoon, we should see that dry line drop in, and you'll notice a drop in the humidity just as our temperatures start to crank up into the lower 90s. But that dry line, as I mentioned, comes and goes the next couple of days. So tomorrow, it just puts a dent in our humidity for the latter half of the day. We'll still be 68 in the morning, low 90s by the afternoon, a southeasterly breeze shifting northerly at 5 to 15. Just a little bit warmer on Thursday. Friday, the dry line could kickstart a few showers and thunderstorms. If it does kickstart some thunderstorms, then they would have the potential of being strong to severe, but that dry line's not a very efficient rainmaker, so we'll just keep an eye on it and keep you posted. Otherwise, no big chances of rain.
Bracing for Friday. All right, thanks so much, Adam.
April letting me down. All right, Deshaun Watson and his case continues. It seems like every day, almost every hour.
Well, today, one of the first complainants in this particular case going public today about why she filed the lawsuit against Deshaun Watson. When we come back, we'll have details about that. And Spurs are in Denver hoping to jumpstart this season after that horrible homestand. Coming up.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Two of the women who have filed 22 lawsuits against Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson are speaking out, one in a statement, the other in person today at the offices of attorney Tony Busby in Houston. She has now been publicly identified as Ashley Solis, who was the first to file a civil lawsuit against Watson alleging sexual assault and inappropriate conduct.
I got into massage therapy to heal people. To heal their minds and bodies, to bring peace to their souls. And Deshaun Watson has robbed me of that. He took that away from me. He tainted a profession in which I take enormous pride.
Busby added that Solis is also one of two women who have filed complaints with the Houston Police Department that confirms it has opened an investigation. Our San Antonio Antonio Spurs are in Denver tonight, where they will tip off a 5-game road trip over the next 7 days. It features back-to-back games against both the Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks, ending in Toronto next Wednesday. And they will start this trip shorthanded again. Lonnie Walker IV will miss his 9th straight game with a sore right wrist. Trey Lyles will be out again with a sore right ankle. And DeJounte Murray questionable after he was a late scratch last night with a sore right foot. The Spurs are 12-17 at home, where they just went 2-7 on their longest home stretch ever, while they are 12-7 on the road, even though they have the second toughest schedule down the stretch. DeMar DeRozan was asked why the Spurs play better on the road than at the AT&T Center.
I wish it was something I could tell you, but I think our sense of urgency when we on the road kind of kicks in a little bit more. Kind of forced to be out your comfort zone, and you kind of feel like everything's against you, and we go out there and play with that sense of urgency that we need. And it's there when we play on the road, and we definitely gonna need it this time around.
Yeah, look at this road trip. This is all squeezed in just 1 week. Tomorrow starting at Denver at 8 o'clock, followed by another game against Denver, then Dallas back-to-back, and then they wrap it up in Toronto on Wednesday. Funeral services for former Spurs head coach Stan Albeck were held today at Porter Loring North. Among those attending today's services were former Spurs head coach and assistant under Stan, Mo McCone, former Spurs player Paul Griffin, former Spurs trainer John Anderson, and former Spurs media director Wayne Witt, to name a few. Stan coached the Spurs from 1980 to 1983, leading them to 3 straight Midwest Division titles before he suffered a stroke while coaching in Toronto 19 years ago. Stan Albeck leaves us at the age of 89. For the first time in school history, the Baylor Bears are national champions in college basketball. That's after they were able to beat Gonzaga, who came into the finals undefeated, and a team the Bears had never beaten before until now. And what a night for the Bears. They came out on fire. They did not let up, building as much as a 19-point lead in the first half by out-shooting Gonzaga from three-point range, hitting the first 5, finishing 46% from behind the arc, led by Jared Butler's 22 points. Right behind him, Maceo Teague with 19, and Davion Mitchell poured in 13. But it was Mitchell's defense helped limit Gonzaga's stars, Drew Timme and Jalen Suggs, who hit the game-winning basket in overtime against UCLA to propel the Bulldogs into that title game. The other key for Baylor was rebounding, as the Bears out-rebounded the Bulldogs 36-19 in that 86-70 victory.
It's just electrifying, especially in that type of moment in a big game, and everybody stepped up. Like, everybody was, on clicking on all cylinders. Like, that's what it takes to win, so it's amazing.
Gonzaga head coach Mark Few has now been to the championship game twice and lost both. The UTSA Roadrunners are now in the second week of spring workouts after COVID canceled all the Roadrunners' spring workouts last year. It's after second-year head coach Jeff Traylor led the Roadrunners, who one of their best seasons ever with 7 wins and only their second bowl appearance. Today, our photographer Mark Mendez, as well as others, were allowed access to the 2-1-0 Triangle of Toughness drill in their first day in pads. Look at that.
As much as we try to not make football a physical game anymore, it's still a physical game, right? You still got to be tough. It's why it's the greatest game. If you watched the basketball game last night, there's no doubt how physical Baylor was. You can just tell they imposed their will, and we try to take great pride in that. We don't hide from it. It's our mantra. It's our brand. We pride ourselves on the 2-1-0 Triangle of Toughness. So we start all practices in full pads with that drill.
The Roadrunners, by the way, will kick off their 2021 season on September the 4th at Illinois. The 2021 Major League Baseball All-Star Game has been moved to Denver, Colorado, after Commissioner Rob Manfred took it away from Atlanta following a new state Georgia law that some believe restricts voter access, while others believe it increases ballot security. But that debate will rage on, but the game will not, is going to Denver.
I'm still thinking about the 2-1-0 Triangle of Toughness.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, I would get trounced. Oh, Kasky. You're Kasky over there. Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Thank you for your...
We're cranking up the heat. Low 90s tomorrow, mid to upper 90s Thursday and Friday. Slight chance of a few storms Friday afternoon, maybe even into Friday night, especially along and east of 281. And then this weekend, we trim back the temperatures a little bit. We're back down into the mid 80s, which is still a little above average for this time of year.
Thank you, Adam. That's it for the Nightbeat. Don't forget, Good Morning San Antonio starts at 4:30.
Good night.